Hey, good morning YouTube. This is Jimmy to the Top Crane. It is early morning. The sun's not up quite yet. It's right around 6 a.m. here. Today is house day. So we are gonna go put a house on its basement. Hey, what's going on YouTube? We're in the process of getting set up on this house. It's been kind of a challenge. This ground up here is fairly soft. I didn't judge that right. Anyway, they backfilled the basement with all this black dirt instead of just leaving the clay. And in northwest Missouri, this black dirt is known as loam. So it's fairly loose. You can put a little moisture to it, wad it up into a ball, and drop it, and generally it'll break apart. Where with clay, you make it into a ball, drop it, it will pretty much stay together. So it's just been a challenge getting the crane in. We've got the crane stuck. We got our counterweight, or our support truck with counterweight on it, kind of stuck. It was stuck. We had to pull it out with a articulated wheel loader. And then in order to get on my big mats, I don't know if you can see them down there or not. I'm not looking at my viewfinder, I'm watching my counterweight. But in order to get on our big mats, I have to set my crane up mid-span on some small mats that we can move around by hand. And I shoved those about a foot in the ground. So we had to go get back on our tires, which were already in about foot deep ruts, and then dump rock in the holes from the mats. And then once I got up on the mats, up on the small mats, we had to dump rock underneath my tires so I could get set up on my big mats. So yeah, it's been challenging. And setting this weight on here is kind of like threading a needle. It's only going to fit one way, and we need to swing just a little, or boom up just a little bit. There's about a ½ inch of clearance around those uprights, and then the holes in that other counterweight. Hey YouTube, we got our rigging on, got our boom out, and our house is backing in. So this is what we're picking up. This is half of it. Putting this on the basement. Then we're going to put the other half of it on the basement. So that'll be entertaining. Hopefully this dirt holds up. It'll be a pretty bad deal if I get over there and my outrigger starts sinking. I'll have to set the house down wherever it is and reposition. So it should weigh, let's see, looking at the countertops, looks like they're laminate. At least we don't have granite countertops in it. Shouldn't weigh any more than 38,000 pounds. I'm gonna guess, we'll see how close I am. I'm gonna guess and say 34. But regardless, we'll know shortly. Alright YouTube, we're getting close. We're got the rigging hooked up. We're going to get up on it a little bit and see where everything's at. you want a house on a basement and you don't stick build it, this is how you do it. And really, I've set several of these modular houses, and they get a bad rap for no reason. A lot of people think these things aren't well built. Take a conventional stick-built house, throw it on a trailer, and drag it behind a semi for 600 miles and see what kind of condition it's in when you get it there. These things are, these modular houses are built pretty stout. My boom look, Rich? Am I right over it? Okay, so now when we're doing something like this, as I'm cabling up, my boom's kind of bending down. It's boom deflection. So I also have to boom up at the same time, so the house doesn't swing one way or the other. It's all going to depend on whether or not they got me lined up on it just right. But right there, we got 22,000 on it. 25,000. And it's starting to lift. Seems like they missed a bolt that holds it to the frame. They evidently didn't have me centered up over it. Gross weight is 32.3, so the house actually weighs 30,000, just a shade under. Here we go. Doing stuff like this, it's always, you go nice and easy. This thing's 62 feet long. I think it's about 16 feet wide. It's a little chilly out, but I tend to leave my door open so I can hear anybody if they yell. And then also I can hear the crane. Especially in the soft ground, this thing may do some popping and whatnot. It always scares the crap out of you when it happens. I was setting a bridge beam one time. It was 96 feet long, weighed, I think it was 64,000 pounds. so hard. One of the outrigger beams popped so hard that it felt like someone had hit me with a truck, hit the side of the crane with a truck, and it was just because of the twist in the frame of the crane. So really, my biggest concern at this point is the stability of the ground that I'm on. We had some issues when we were setting up with outrigger pads sinking. And as I get over one corner, especially this corner that one of my guys is standing on, as I get over this corner, it's going to sink some. How's that holding up, Rich? Right now I've got 74 tons on that one outrigger. So there's the first half almost done. We're getting ready to go for the second one now. This one's it's a little safer because it's closer to me, but it also is a little more challenging because I got to sneak this one in between the house and the crane. So there's that. So at this point you may be wondering, where's the roof? You'll see that shortly. It's actually a hinged roof. So once we get the house set down, they'll anchor it in a few places. We'll drop some of this rigging off, and then we'll hook some straps on and grab the roof in the center, and it folds up, and then it's got some structure inside that locks it in place. Okay, so there you have it. It's almost completed 612 roof. They got to flop those two little pieces over at the top and then put the ridge cap on, and it's done. I got a row of shingles to put on yet too, or two. So there's the aftermath of 150 some thousand pounds or 40 some thousand pounds in the soft dirt. YouTube, this Jimmy with two-top crane again. Just finished that house job. I've only got 9% battery left, so I figured I'd throw a couple words in. I didn't film any of the setting up. It was one of the more challenging ones I've had recently. Ground was soft, a lot of issues with stability. It was just one of those that is a very nerve-wracking day. Mentally, I'm wiped out. Now I've got about a 2.5 hour drive back to the shop, but it is what it is. But yeah, it's days like today that make you appreciate the easy days.